Pinky, pinky, pink.
Pink. Hi, everyone. Good to see you all here. I started a few questions here already. But welcome. You all know Mark, Spirit Whisperer. Yay. And we, oh, I'm in the right spot. Okay.
Everybody.
Everybody.
There's B. Perez is new to me. Hi, B. Perez.
So we'll take a minute, just a second, and wait till everybody pops in. But I guess today's the new moon, right?
Is it?
I think so. So we can use this new moon energy to
You want to get up here?
Get into those projects.
Yeah. And it's Memorial Day.
And Memorial Day. Hi, Karen.
I went to the cemetery on Friday. Took some flowers.
Oh, nice. Nice. I didn't get
to stay long because it was raining. And so we had to kind of.
Isn't it always raining when you go to the cemetery?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's time to,
okay, let's start the rain. It's time to go to the cemetery.
Yeah, I think this is my new shirt, guys. Nobody's free until everybody's free. Fannie Lou Hammer. I think I have to be a little more tan to wear the pink. You know what I mean? It just kind of washes me out. I love pink, but I think you need to have a little more sun. Hi, Renee. Community.
I've been thinking about putting some self-tanner on. I never ever used it, but I just wondered.
Yeah.
I always look so pale.
Well, make sure you go to the red tones, not the orange tones, because you don't want to
be orange.
You don't want to do the orange thing. We know what happens to you then.
Yeah, I know. I already thought, I'll probably end up like a pumpkin, so I don't know if I'll do it. But I do look awfully pale all the time. But
I think you look gorgeous. But yeah, go with red tones. Make sure you get that red undertone. Lisa's in the house. Hi, Spirit Intuitive Tarot.
Hey, Lisa.
We had Dream Team last night.
How'd that go?
Good. It was fun and always fun and always plenty of dreams to look at, right?
I've been dreaming a lot and remembering my dreams a lot, but they don't really seem to be anything. I don't, it's not like I see myself working, it's just a lot of dreams. I've been going to sleep lately with the rain music or rain tapes because it just, I'm out like in 2 minutes as soon as I start. I just fall right to sleep. And then my dreams have been very, very vivid and involved and stuff, even with the rain tapes going.
Yeah. I think you're right along with all of us. So a lot of energy moving at night. And those of us who are intuitive and psychic and all that, we capture everything, even when we're sleeping. Yeah. All that energy swirling around. So. Oh, Lisa, thank you.
I know. I dreamed about my old acting teacher that I had in Los Angeles, and I loved her to pieces. And she was really clear in my dream. Then I began to worry, did she cross or something? Because why was she here all of a sudden? But I didn't hear anything, but I hope not.
Tony said she listens to deep sleep, high meditation music to fall asleep and soothing to wake up to. I have a funny story about that. One time I thought, I'll do that. I'll give that a try. And I'm searching, found this, what I thought was a beautiful sleep meditation. You're searching on YouTube, whatever. And I looked at the reviews and, the comments, and everybody's like, oh, this is so great, blah, blah, blah. Well, I wake up like in the middle of the night, and it's to some horrifying whoa music, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I subject myself to? And here, I thought I did my due diligence by reading all the comments to make sure that I was going to be going on a meditation that was sweet and kind.
Well, did you have like a wonky meditation or anything? Or you just like going, what's this mean?
Well, no, it was just like I woke up because I went to sleep to the meditation. It was beautiful. I mean, the music was great, and the talking and you to kind of sleep. And then, but yeah, woke up to this wah, wah, and it was so
Wow.
It was weird. Yeah.
Well, way back in the like late 80s, early 90s, they came out with these subliminal positive affirmation subliminal tapes, where it would just be like meditation music, but real low would be positive affirmations. And I always thought, is this real or whatever? But I listened to them and they really helped back there in the day. It really helped me get more, because my mind was always trying to thwart my best efforts every second. And it really helped me get much more positively focused. And I think those tapes did a lot. But about a few weeks ago, or a month or two ago, I was listening to a couple on YouTube I found about lucid dreaming, right?
Yeah.
Thought, oh, well, I'll try one of these. And I liked them, and they put me to sleep right away. But then I realized it made me so deep asleep that it was a real struggle to wake up the next day. Like I kept going,
oh, interesting.
Oh, I can't. And then when I didn't, then I noticed, oh, that was making me way too deep or something. And I didn't have a lucid dream either.
Oh, Marianne, thank you. All right, we'll get that question on there. So yeah, Tony says it sounds like you finished that first video. No, it was like it's supposed to be like a 24-hour, super long. It was the same one. It had just gone crazy. Before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to Starseed Awakening 1111, Karen. As you know, she's one of our sister readers here, and her partner just was diagnosed with a very, very hard, challenging diagnosis, and is waiting on a list to be get a heart transplant. And
oh, no.
we're way too young for that. And he's younger than he's younger than me. So in order to help with all of that, Lisa started a GoFundMe page for them. So this is it. And it's in the chat. So if anybody would like to go and read the story and help them out, please do. Our sister Karen and Joe.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Karen and Joe.
Yeah. No good. All right. On that note, yes, be careful what you choose on YouTube to listen to. There are other places to find these meditations that you can
right.
do it, and it's safer probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just found the Rayne I'm liking the Rayne ones because I don't know, just something about that noise just puts me right to sleep. And I like the sound of rain, so it's great. And I don't think there's anything in them. I haven't noticed anything negative. But
yeah. Okay. And we're gonna get started, and we'll go with Marianne. I think Marianne is my new rescue. Hi, Marianne, and thank you again for your donation there. That's very appreciated. Is my new rescue cat Willie a reincarnation of a past baby who has passed. We forged a very strong bond from the moment I saw him. Joined at the hip. He reminds me of my boy, Mikey.
New rescue cat, Willie.
And Marianne is one of my members here who supports me. And so I just extra hugs to you, Marianne, and thank you. Yep. All right. Let's see. Willie. Willie is very familiar to you. I'm getting a familiar, right? I'm getting the word a familiar. I feel that you recognize that energy exchange that you both share back and forth. It was like he was on, or I don't know if Willie is a boy, or I'm assuming Willie's a boy, but he was like on this journey. He shows this like journey to find you, and he's not sharing anything bad about it, but he's just sharing that it was as it was to get to you. But his soul, his like little spirit was always searching for you. It's when he came this time around. He's just showing me a picture of him just kind of longing and searching for you, this familiar. And now that you are together, he's not going to let you, you know what I mean? He's like, we are connected.
I know he's not coming to me for some reason. Willie? He says, what? Is this your first time with Marianne? No. Says that pretty loudly. Let me see what else. No, he says he's been with you before. That's a definite. And I'm wondering if it's Mikey, if it was Mikey before. You know, I feel like this cat is, the soul, the spirit, has been with you a long, a while.
Yeah.
Maybe even before Mikey. Or Mickey. Is it? No, Mikey. I kind of feel like it may have been around you when you were little. A child, too. I don't know if you had a cat then. But I feel like she's been around, or he's been around you, pretty much the whole time that you've been here this time. That's what I'm getting. Reminds me of my boy Mikey. When did you have Mikey? How long ago did you have Mikey, Marianne? If you can remember, like approximately. Mikey passed 5 years ago. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting an absolute no on this being Mikey. However, very strongly that Willie is your familiar, has been with you from the beginning of time, it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know, because the first thing is I've been here longer than Mikey. And so I feel like, but I feel like the same spirit has been with you in this lifetime, but I'm just not completely sure it was Mikey. I still get that this energy, this spirit, this soul knew you when you were little. And is back with you again. And I do get familiar. I just keep hearing that over and over. So not only as a pet, but as an energy worker.
Yeah.
She helped you with healing, stuff like that, meditation. There was a kitten as a child.
And I'm showing here, he's happy to have found you. You know.
Yeah.
I have the 9 of Cups there, the Lovers, and the King of Cups. So
yeah.
And if you don't know tarot, that means those are good things. You connected, that connection with that Lovers card. It's not the 2 of Cups, it's the Lovers, and that means it's a divine connection.
Yeah.
And so that backs us up on the familiar that keeps coming in. So, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that kitten was the one, but I still feel, and it's weird that it won't let me go, that this little spirit did know you as a child. I don't know, maybe it wasn't in cat form, because it's more about the spirit, the companion spirit, the familiar spirit. So it could have been a dog from childhood, but it's kind of been around you, watching you, looking for opportunities to live with you and be with you. So this one, Willie, is the one. You know, it's the familiar. But I do think it's a reincarnation of an energy you knew before.
Yes, absolutely. All right. You're welcome, Marianne. Blessings to you.
Who was Lady? She says, not Lady. Was Lady a dog?
All right, Lori.
Golden Lab.
Hi, Debbie and Mark. First of all, hi, Lori. And so, hi, Debbie and Mark and Pan. I'm worried about my 3-year-old Golden Lab, Oz, and 3-year-old Standard Poodle, Lincoln, moving 1,000 miles away with their guardian, Josh. Josh was just diagnosed with Parkinson. So they're leaving you, Lori? Can you give us a little more? Are the two is Lincoln and
3-year-old Standard Poodle, Lincoln, moving 1,000 miles away from their guardian, Josh.
So they're moving with the guardian. Are they moving away from you, Lori?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think that's how I'm reading it, but let us know, Lori. Then let us know you're here. We're just going to try to stick to reading questions of if you're here.
Yeah.
Because it gets a little.
Yeah. I'm becoming more strict with that too, because it just gets too hard. It takes too long too. Okay.
I don't see her.
I don't either. I'm a little confused about that question. I don't know that these were puppies that you adopted out to somebody named Josh, and now because of his situation, they're going to have to be rehomed, or so
They
I'm
are
confused.
Oh, okay. Yes, they are my stud boys. I don't need any more, so Josh adopted them.
Oh, okay. So I was on the right
Thank
track.
you, Lori. Thank you, False Teeth Real Tarot. Okay. They are my stud boys. Okay. Oh, that's hard to.
Yeah, but they're moving away, but where are they going? Are they being readopted, or are they going to somebody else?
Yeah, so they're adopted by Josh. Josh
Right.
adopted them, and they're moving 1,000 miles away from her. And
Oh, but it says they're moving 1,000 miles away from their guardian.
well, it's just a typo.
Oh,
They're
okay.
moving. They're with their guardian.
Okay.
They're moving with their
completely
guardian
confused.
1,000 miles away from her. I rescued Lincoln and raised Oz from a puppy. Yeah. They're moving to Newfoundland with Josh. Yeah. Okay. We got that straight now. Thank you, Lori. I sense that they understand their journey, and they're actually they're kind of looking forward to this new adventure with Josh. It's like they understand. They actually understand better than we understand when there's been a like this time, this relationship, this time together has has come to, it's time to change and move on. Their ability to do that is better than we think, especially when they're involved with it. So like you've been talking to them, they know, you've done the whole process correctly with them. So they completely understand, and they're both prepared, and they're really kind of happy to be doing this together. I don't know that they were always like best friends or anything, but they definitely, as they age up, will become more and more familiar with each other and kind of grow on each other, I guess.
Yeah, and I think their service work will be more. They'll be able to do more service work with this new owner, and help him actually with his ailments. Help bring some calm, some grounding for him. And they like that they're together.
Yeah, I think they're excited about doing this together.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a good connection. That in that case, I wouldn't worry about them.
Yeah.
Because you kind of got enough on your plate as it is. But I feel like this is a good, a good move for them.
They, and their energy really is showing just nothing but gratefulness to you and love. But they're looking forward to, again, this new opportunity to use their energy and be of support. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Cups there. So you did good. You did good, Lori, preparing them for this. Oh, Lincoln sleeps against Josh's back like a cat. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. So, yeah, good things, Lori. Good things. Good things to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
My cards, I kept trying to do a card, but they just kept seeming to be talking about Lori and not about the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. But I did want to tell, I saw that Marianne said that childhood dog, and Marianne, I think that's who it was. It was the little dog when you were a kid. But now, for whatever reason, the cat form is better for you right now or something. So that's why it switched forms. But it was always about being with you.
That is, and I want to confirm that with you, Mark. I want to confirm what you just said.
Okay.
Because when I saw the cat on the journey, she was putting her face out of the car like a dog. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's interesting because, cats don't really do that. But it was like a dog energy. And I thought that's so interesting. And I was wondering how and where that came from. But in that moment when she was showing me that, she said it was taking her journey to get to her, right? So I just want to
no, I get it.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then switching forms. Right. And plus, they just kept insisting that knew you as a kid. So, and if they just keep on telling me something, and I'm going, no. And they go, yes. It's probably right on. And so I feel like that is because I know this isn't the first time in this lifetime you've been with this energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Lori, I'm glad, hon. I hope you're feeling better. She's going through a lot with
that's so.
And all that stuff.
I'm so sorry, Lori.
A lot of people are going through a lot.
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
Okay.
Lady was a boxer who I accidentally let out the door and she died, hit by a car. I always thought it was my fault. That's interesting.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But I still think it was her.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I do too.
Okay.
B. Perez, hello and welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Can you look at my two cats, Gilly and Louie? Gilly is a rescue mama. Her son Louie was born during COVID with no visitors coming and going. He's very scared of other humans. Any insights?
Take a look at my two cats, Gilly and Louie. Gilly is a rescue mom. Her son Louie was born.
Okay.
Let's see. Gilly's the mama.
Yeah.
So did you rescue them both at the same time? Where was Gilly when Louie was born? I'm wondering for some reason. Not sure why, but
oh yeah, timeline would help. Yeah, timeline. But I think you already have an idea, with the not being around humans, right? So during COVID, they have you, and if you have anybody else in the household, but once that was ended, then what? You know what I mean? So it would make sense that that fear would come in there with other humans. Just it's new energy. It's not that they're afraid. Gilly is older, yeah. So, but you rescued Gilly, and did Gilly have Louie in your home? So
Gilly is Louie's mama. So I'm just wondering, If you okay, so
Right.
she had him there, huh?
Yeah, during COVID. But Louis telling me that he's not really afraid of humans. It's just adjusting to the energy. He's very sensitive to energies. So it's just about adjusting to a new energy in the house and trying to figure that out. He's a little more sensitive just because, like you said, there's no other energies around when he was those initial stages where you would naturally interchange energy back and forth, and there just wasn't any. So now he's doing it as an older cat, as an older kitten and cat. So it just is it's a little more for him to adjust. But I think that it may look like fear, but it's not really fear. It's just more of, what is this? I have to, adjusting where it would have been natural if he was around that from the beginning. And he is very, again, he's just very sensitive.
Yeah. I know it's like that. Oops. I need to kind of become smaller a little bit. But it's kind of like about overwhelm. Been sensitive, like Debbie said, but it's more of an overwhelm than fear. Exactly. It's like, oop, that's coming. It's a little, it's a little bit more than I want or something.
Yeah. I do feel he's going to overcome this after a time. It's just going to take him longer to figure this out. He has to work through he just has to work through it a little here. You have the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So it's just showing that he literally is needing to make choices here to overcome this. But right in the middle, you have the main card here, Strength. So to me, that healing is coming. He's going to have victory over this. You have the Star and the 6 of Wands there. So I do see that he's going to have victory over this. In time.
Yeah.
But you're doing the right things. Introducing him, let him know before you have people over. Let him know that, you know what I mean? So it's all about communication with him.
He has a more of a cautious energy than the mom. So they're not the same. Like, he has his own energy, which is different than his mama's. And he just has a little more, he's more tentative, I think less experienced as a cat, and just trying to figure out, kind of just what Debbie said at the beginning, just trying to figure out energy. Some things, the energy comes forward like in an overwhelming manner, and he has to try to figure it out. So it's not so much, I don't think of it as so much as a negative thing or like, oh, everything's scary. It's more of learning to figure it out. I think Debbie said something like that too. Like, he'll figure it out as he grows and gets older, but it's sort of a new kitty cat energy, trying to learn it, so he might be a newer soul in cat form. So it's getting used to things seem bigger than they are or more than they are at first. And so he sort of references them through his auric field, and he goes, whoop, and then he goes, oh, okay, it's okay. It's almost a reflex, whoop, and then he goes, oh, okay. Protection.
Right.
And then he didn't really need it, but it just goes into that. Like, it reminds me of if you're new and in a new location and everything's a little bit like, what was that? Okay, like that, you know. But I'm not really getting like, oh, I'm so afraid. It's just, it's like surprised or curious too, even. Curious. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing that movement to me, but it keeps going over and over. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Perez. I hope that's helpful. All right. Here we go. Sunflowers. Hello.
Hi, Sherry.
He talks a lot. Yeah. That's
okay. Sunflowers. His name is Sherry. Any messages from my grandpops, Cain and Chloe? They passed away 6 months apart 2 years ago. Cain, a 4-year-old boxer. Chloe, a 10-year-old Yorkie mix.
Aw. And thank you for all the names and all that.
Passed 6 months apart 2 years ago. These are your kids' dogs. Well, Cain was pretty young, a 4-year-old boxer.
Okay. Yeah, 6 months apart 2 years ago. A 4-year-old. Yeah, Cain was young.
Mm-hmm.
Is that normal for boxers?
No.
No. Okay.
They would live longer. Like maybe up around, I would think, because a Yorkie could live a little longer too, but I don't know. It's odd that they left 6 months apart.
Okay.
Let me see.
So I feel like Cain was special. Like he came in a little like he started his life a little special. I don't know if that makes sense. But Cain feels more his energy that he brings in. He sees himself as a human, or he did when he was here anyway, but he's showing himself. He's like, oh, not sure why Cain developed congestive heart failure. Okay. So that's what he came in with. I think he came in, like he said, special, like he already came in with something, and that would make sense to so I feel like there was already some heart issues going on, is what he's saying.
It's genetic.
He's also showing me that, I know you said develop, but there's something, there was a pre-existing thing there.
Right. It was inherited or genetic.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I'm looking for.
And plus, I just knew you were going to say he had congestive heart failure. Like when I was saying, oh, that's young, and I was thinking, Sherry's going to tell me he had congestive heart failure. And then you said that because I was getting that it is like an inherited, because that's really young for a pup to go through that anyway. But it was kind of predisposed to it. It was sort of going to happen, no matter what. But he chose to be there in that family because of the love and the special attention he got. Even though his soul kind of knew it was going to be a short time.
Yeah.
But he got a lot of benefit from the time he was there.
Yeah. And you said he's really showing that you made him feel just a part of he was absolutely part of the family. I think that's why he keeps kind of showing me he was like human. He was like one of you, one of the family.
And your family, like I get this, if I was a dog that was going to have congestive heart failure when I was young, I'd want to be at your house. So it's like it could have been much more unpleasant somewhere else. So it was like the perfect place for him. Yeah. And he's very grateful for that. He said it was, he learned from it. And not only about being a dog, but he also learned about this relationship between humans and animals, and about how that makes a difference in an animal's life, being with the right humans, no matter what they might be going through individually as a doggy and as a soul. Sometimes that being with the right human makes a world of difference for their experience in a positive way. And that's what I feel like he's talking about.
Yeah.
And Chloe, though, let's talk about her for a minute.
Yeah. I was just going to check in on Chloe. Let's see what Chloe. Chloe's showing me that she liked her toys, or she's showing me kind of corralling her toys. To the point like where, like if you brought a new toy home and it was in the bag, she knew. You know what I'm saying? Just want. I think she should. Oh yes, and possessive. Okay, yeah. She's trying to show me. I think she was just trying to show me this was her, right? So you can identify her for sure. And so yeah, she's showing me that. But she loved how you knew that about her, and you played with her with that. You know what I mean? It was endearing. She also was. She also loved. She was game to do things like if you're like, okay, let's go in the car. You know what I mean? She loved doing all those things with you. And like Cain, Chloe felt part of the family. Yeah. Yeah. And she just loves you so much. No regrets. She says no regrets. So I don't know how she passed, but she's like, it's, both of them say, as far as their passing and how, I don't know how it went down for either of them, but both of them are saying no regrets there. All good.
And she liked Cain, I think. They were kind of buddies. And I feel like they're on the other side, kind of hanging together. There's something else she's saying. Like she helped teach him, or they interacted with each other in a way that they both received good from it. And I feel like she says, I helped him have fun and help to distract him, even though he was here briefly. I was assisting him in becoming a dog, or learning what it's like to be a dog. Like, he figured that out about how good it was to be in this kind of, and Chloe said, I already knew that. I already had that knowledge. And so I was, encouraging him in that way, letting this is good. Being a family dog is the way to go. And it, depending on the humans, it can make such a big difference. And she says she helped him realize that too.
She was definitely the boss.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get that. And she was a lot more secure in herself and just in being a dog. She knew how to be a dog better, kind of, I'd say, or more experienced at it. But she was very kind and understanding, and knew she was helping the other one. Even though he's a little bigger and everything, she still kind of was a guide for him or a helper. And she might have bossed him a little bit, but she said, that was my job.
These are precious babies, Sunflower. So Chloe was attacked by a dog and recovered, but not 100%. And then she developed heart issues as she got older. So, yeah. All right. Well, blessings to you, Sunflowers. And they're licking you on the face. So I'm like, usually, yeah. I'm like, I was going to say hugs to you, and they're licking you on. So instead of hugs to you, lick on the face from your puppies. All right.
And they like that you have other dogs now. They're happy to see that there's other dogs.
Hypnicity is giving us an update on Shadow.
Oh, good.
Ear infection is gone, but he's recovering from an apparent stroke. He's doing okay, considering he's on neurological meds, and he seems happy anyway. Okay.
But he's recovering from an apparent stroke.
He seems happy anyway. He is happy. He adores you. He just wants to be a good boy for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hypnicity, how old is Shadow again? I know you told me before, but I'm just wondering about that. Anyway.
Sending more prayers, love and light. Thank you for the update.
Yep. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, thanks for the update.
Okay. Tracy.
Oh, Tracy. I was wondering if you have time to get any messages from our dog Trigger.
Okay, so messages from our dog Trigger. He has been passed for 2 months. 2 months now. Oh, that's still very raw, Tracy.
Right.
All right. So Trigger. I want to make Tracy. I want to make sure I have Trigger here. Was Trigger a little bit more anxious? Like he was more of an anxious dog, kind of always kind of aware and wanting to be kind of close to you or close to his humans when things were going on. Like maybe just more aware of like noises, any loud noise and stuff like that. I just want to make sure I have the right. He was very smart. Okay. So not anxious because I want to make sure I have Trigger, because this one coming in would have been a little bit. He's showing me his little bit more concerned, anxious eyes. Cautious. Okay. He was cautious. That would make sense. Cautious. He would feel much more comfortable up against his humans. He was a golden retriever. Okay.
The golden retriever. Yeah. Well, I feel like he's recently visited or recently started to visit in spirit form. He kind of wanted to come down and see how things are going. It's recent. So, like in the last week or so. So you may have, heard him or sensed him or felt him a little bit stronger all of a sudden where you hadn't for a couple of weeks or something like that. His passing was very smooth and easy, he says. He just lifted up and crossed over, like what we call the bridge, and then did some work. But now he's at a point where he can visit and see you around the house. And see how things are without him there physically. And so he's, he comes because you've asked for him, or just your love and, devotion to him. And so that kind of pulls him down.
I have been feeling him around, I thought, and he passed very unexpected and fast.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense that you've been feeling him around, because he tells me, I've been coming. Took a little bit. There was a little bit of time where you didn't feel him probably, but now he's been visiting to see, that space he left, and if he might refill it, or if it's going to be refilled. The space his energy took or provided, the surface he provided.
He's very protective of you, Tracy. And I feel like he's still doing that. I feel like he's still wanting to protect you or whatever, like you said, you said he was a bit cautious, and that's kind of how he was showing me. But in that he's still wanting to be that for you. It's endearing. He's like a knight.
Yeah. Well, there's also somebody else in the house besides you, Tracy, and I don't know your situation or anything like that. I know your lovely energy from here, but I don't know your particular circumstance. But I feel like there's someone else besides you, and he loves you a lot, but also he's sending energy and love to another person, or even two more people.
He has his brother still here with us. We miss him terribly.
Oh, his brother's there too. Questions are closed, Holly.
Yeah.
Oh, he has his brothers here. Yeah, that's another thing why he's coming to visit, because his brother's there.
Checking in on brother.
Yeah. But I also feel like he particularly likes another human besides you there as well. And he's kind of greeting or sending greetings to another human besides his doggy, friend. Okay. Totally in love with my husband and youngest son. Because, yeah, and he does love your husband. But I feel like, the son, I think that's who he was trying to get to me, is about the son. And he wanted to, it's like lick him or give him kisses or love attention. So he's saying he was bonded with the whole family, like,
yeah.
I belong to everybody. And he and his brother were a little.
He actually belonged to our youngest son, but lived with us.
Okay, there you go. But he kept wanting to tell me a child, your child. And I'm thinking, well, I don't know if they even have child. But he was going, the younger one, the one below. So he is sending love to your son, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's still very connected to your family.
Very much.
He is not anxious to disconnect from the family, and I think he would like to remain connected to the family and perhaps come back in one form or another. It's got something to do about his brother, though, is about the timing. I feel like there's a little something about brother boy.
Interesting. Linda, thanks for hanging out with us. Love you too. Yeah, nothing but love on this side from him.
Yep.
And he knows he was beautiful. He definitely knows that. But he just shows himself as like this.
The golden retrievers are such big old love bug dogs.
Yeah.
Just love people and kids and all that.
All right, Renee, are you here? So I'm gonna read the list. So it's Renee, then Ellen, then Tony. So if you okay, and then the list goes on, but the next three is Renee, Ellen, and Tony. So let us know you're still here. He was like a gentle lion. Yay. And Ellen.
Hi, Aiden reads Tarot. I want to say hi to you because I saw you a couple times on YouTube, and I just felt like reaching out to you and saying hi and wishing you all the best. Yeah. He's the one who says he had dogs, Barney and Fred. Plus, I love that.
Yeah, he's on the list as well. So
yeah. I just noticed because I was watching something last night and he was on there, and so it just jumped out that name, Aiden reads Tarot.
Oh, yeah. I'm on with Aiden tomorrow.
Oh.
On his channel, so that should be fun.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a channel.
Channel.
Yeah, great.
I think he just started it not too long ago.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So Renee's not here?
I guess not. So
okay.
We're going to go ahead and hide that. And next is Ellen, and she is here. So We're going to go on to Ellen. And then Tony, let us know if you're here. And then Sister H is after that. So I'm just going to keep kind of throwing that out so we know. Oh, Tony's here too. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Sister H.
Well, this is kind of an easy one just to me, but you can also answer, of course.
Oh, Martin, you communicate with animals, do you think, in pictures?
Sometimes. Mostly I hear stuff. So I would say my strongest clair is clairaudience, but they do give me pictures. Like if I'm doing that thing, the dog is showing me that, I see that. But, it's kind of a mixture of seeing, hearing, sensing, feeling. They're kind of all mixed together.
So a lot of times, Ellen, readers will have a more natural, strong ability, like they're strong in one area, like that's like
the gateway.
Yeah, so the gateway strong. So if you're really good at, so it's clairvoyant. So it's clairvoyant. All the clairs, and so you'll have a more natural ability in one, but you do all of them. So you will reach from all different. When you're doing the reading, you go into all of them, but you'll generally go into that from that one strong space first, and then it opens up to all of them.
And one of the big ones is just that clairsentience, or just a knowing. There's just this strong, that's it.
Do you feel like that's your stronger one, Mark?
Well, I really think it's clairaudience, because that's really what first got me realizing something was going on. It's because I could hear them talking, and I still hear it talking, and so I hear most readily.
Okay,
so that's probably my gateway.
Oh, that's fun. So mine is seeing. So I see little silent videos going on over here, and it.
No, I love that about you, because I can tell you're doing that. But see, I don't have quite that. I can see things, but it doesn't come in like so easily as it does with you, which I love that.
And then I use all the different ones to get messages. So, to get them, to clarify the messages that are coming through the silent video that I'm trying to interpret. Oh,
right. Sometimes if I'll get something, I go, is that really what I'm looking for? So I won't necessarily hear, yes, that's what you're looking for. So then it'll go into like more of a gut feeling, like, no, that's the one, not that one. That's the one. And sometimes, with clairaudience, sometimes it'll just be a definite yes, really loud in my head.
Yeah.
And it won't be dilly-dallying. It's just that. There's no other thing. That's the one. So you kind of, you work and learn,
Exactly.
You figure it out better the more you practice.
Okay.
And it's also a little hard to explain sometimes.
It is. Okay, and Tony. Okay.
Tony Stokes. Hi, Tony.
Tony, please pray and send light to our greyhound Maggie. She said surgery to amputate. Okay, she did go through the amputation of the front left leg on Wednesday. Difficult decision. My daughter wants to do all she can, of course. Yes. Okay. So we will continue to pray for her as she heals from this surgery. Yeah. And she's reminding me that she said, that she would, whatever you all decided, that's okay. Don't regret your decision. So.
Right. I'm going to give her a little extra energy, because she's having the surgery day after tomorrow, or did she have it? I think she's getting ready. It has surgery on
Wednesday.
Okay. Just in general, giving her energy just to be strong enough to go through the process. That's also, with the anesthesia and the whole thing here. So give her some extra energy. I'm also going to let Pan and what I call the nature healers aware. On Wednesday, she's going through this procedure. Ask them to be there with her. Watch over her. It's sort of like I'm picturing them. Now I'm seeing, I'm picturing them. Angelic beings. And when I call the nature healers, this is something Pan's talked to me about before and I've worked with a lot, but it's like a group of energy beings. He says they work with the earth a lot, and that's why he calls them nature healers rather than angelic. So there's like them standing around the table that she's on for her procedure.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sort of holding the energy around her, like definitely four corners, keeping all four elements there.
Oof.
But they're sort of surrounding her. And they're telling me they'll be there with her on Wednesday, because a lot, to work with them normally, and when I do at home, and for me personally, I just go into quiet and ask them to come and serve or be of service in any way they can. That's both with people and animals. But so it's like they made the appointment and they're showing me what they're going to do, which is hold energy around her to serve her to her highest good, whatever that may be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's to get through this and recover, or if this is if her soul wants to choose it to transition during this time, it's really up to her. But they're going to hold the energy nice and strong around her, a protective energy, so that her soul achieves its highest good, with whatever that may be.
Correct.
Okay.
And she's reiterating over and over again, no matter what happens, no regrets. Don't take this on to yourselves.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Yeah. Because, we learn too with the experiences with our animals. It's also a learning for us, and I completely get that your daughter wants to do everything she can. And I'm, that's
absolutely terrific. Yeah.
And, but there's a learning in that as well. So, it's all one big thing. You guys could not have possibly loved or given those dogs, Maggie or Bobby, any more than you've just given them everything. There's lucky lucks, those all of them, all the dogs you have, but those two I'm talking about in particular.
We can't see you, Mark.
Huh? Oh, I know what's happening with that. I don't even know how it's doing. No. Okay, like there.
There you go. We want to see your whole beautiful face.
I know, like I did a private session on Zoom and I was watching it back for a minute, and the whole time my face was just well, that was I was doing the session with my eyes closed, so I never did see it.
So right. You don't.
So then I never fixed it. But when I watched it, I went, well, I think if I'd have been the person, I would have said, Mark, you're way over to the side, or something. I don't know. It was very weird. But there I was doing it again. So
okay, well, I'm here to bring you back into screen.
Yeah, you're right, Tony. I agree with that, what you said there at 310.
Okay. Sister H, Tina, and Aiden. So that's the next part of the lineup. Sister H, Tina, Aiden, and then Carol. So be ready. Let us know you're here. And so Sister H, Tina, and I never did see Sister H check in when I asked before. So she may not.
I've never read that name yet, but it's easy for me to miss them.
Okay, so again, we have Sister H, we have Tina, and we have Aiden. Y'all check in. Carol is here for sure. Oh, here's Sister H. So Sister H is here and Aiden's here. Okay, so we have, looks like, thank you. All right, here we go. Sister H, then Tina. And so Aiden and Carol are for sure here. And so we're just looking for Tina just in case.
Okay.
Send 2. Tina, let us know if you're here. All right, Sister H. Oh, I love your little llama face and your little icon there.
Yeah. So what's her question? Okay.
Hi, guys. Love you both. We love you too. Will my daughter's rescue horse Bucky be able to be ridden? Is he happy now? So I feel like maybe this is a new rescue for your daughter.
Right.
And is he happy with this new rescue and where he's at? And will he be able to be ridden?
Oh wait, what's the horse's name? Bucky. Okay.
Bucky. That's not a good name to name a horse.
Bucky. You can try to ride me. No.
I feel so it's going to take a minute for Bucky. Be patient and kind and slow and do all those things that you do. Again, this is out of my wheelhouse, but what Bucky's showing me is introduce it very slowly. He needs to get kind of reconditioned in all the again, out of my wheelhouse. So I feel like I'm pulling a lot of this out of my ass because I don't know all the things, but like slowly putting things on him, slowly putting but literally there's like days in between this. It's not like one day you put on the saddle, walk him around, the next day you get on the saddle. It's like a long time just walking him with the saddle. He needs to be reconditioned. I do feel he wants to be he wants to be a good gamer here. He wants to participate in this, but he's out of condition is what I sense here. I do feel he loves his new space. He absolutely loves it. And he does want to be a participant, but right now it's almost like he can't, like he's out of condition.
Right. And, yeah, you'll be able to ride him when he decides it. He's gonna allow people to ride him once he figures out that they're trustworthy and stuff like that. You really need to acknowledge him and appreciate him for who and what he is. So, and talk to him, your daughter. Visualize, talk, whisper in his little ears. That you would like to ride him, if that would be okay, and set that as something you would like to do and as a goal. But tell him, and what would you like me to do in order to make that happen? Mostly loving him is going to make that happen. Loving him and appreciating him, acknowledging him for what a beautiful being he is. He likes to be told he's a pretty boy and handsome. I get handsome rather than I said pretty, and he goes handsome. Handsome boy, and just you're so grateful and lucky to have him. Of course, he feels that way too because you rescued him, and he's grateful for that too. But like Debbie said, there'll be a little bit of he's got to regain his footing, re-establish. So there'll be a little bit of a time. But I would do during that time, come up with fun things to do. Walk him on a lead, brush him, putting blankies on him, and then, like putting a saddle, and then walking him around with the saddle, kind of slowly going. But I would suggest that you make your intention and just write to him, talk to him, because he'll hear you.
Yeah.
And understand you. So, and the fact that you're talking to him and recognizing him in that way makes him a lot more cooperative as far as, I'd love to give you a ride.
Yeah. He's also asking you to be, or your daughter, to be sensitive to, because he when you move fast around his face, he doesn't like that. And he's not really offering up why, but he's asking you to go just move a little bit more slow when you're around his face. and mouth. Just so if she's noticed that he kind of goes like this when her hands, so he's just asking you just move a little slower. That too will calm down after a while, but he's asking you to move slower around his face and eyes when you're doing stuff around his face and eyes, or even when you're going in to pet him. Let him know, hey, I'm going to come pet you around your face. You know what I mean? Oh, he's been beaten and he's hesitant. Okay. Oh, that's Holly. Oh, you're tapping into Holly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, so he's asking that, but he's absolutely game to be part of the team there on the ranch. Or
yeah. And this card fell out, which is strength, but it's the picture that's speaking to me.
Yeah.
See how they're being gentle around his face and head.
I just got the chills.
Yes, and like touching him, and and the strength a lot of times for me is getting in touch with your animal nature. It can mean that, or it does to me. I don't know if that's the traditional meaning, but and so he's saying you'll connect to him through through your love of animals. That's the way he's going to connect to you and become, your little sweetie horse that you ride and stuff. He's going to want to do that, like be your buddy. And, tell him why you wanted to adopt him in the first place, because you love horses and you feel connected, all that. That's the way you're going to win him over.
Mm-hmm. He already senses very much so the difference.
Yep.
Yeah, but just keep in communication. Keep letting him know.
It's not going to take a long time. I just go slow and steady, and don't spare the loving. I get him. He likes that. I don't know. I see, like, his head is down and there's his ears, and you're whispering little, I love this pretty horse. Oh, he's such this little bit of like talking in his little ear or something, like little love messages, little things like that. It might seem silly, but he's going to like it. It's this little, getting close to it.
Anyway. Yeah. All right, Sister H. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so now I didn't see Tina check in, so we're going to go straight to Aiden.
Okay. Hey, Aiden.
Oh, Tina is here. Sorry. Sorry, Aiden. Aiden. Tina is here. Okay. You're next, Aiden, and then Carol. And that probably will be the last. So Aiden, then Carol.
Yeah, that's about all I can do today.
Okay. Awesome. You're welcome. Okay, Tina. Frida, my daughter's Chiweenie female dog, was 18 years old and crossed over last month. How is Frida doing? Is she still in my daughter's house with the family?
Crossed over last month. How's Frida? Is she still in my daughter's house with the family? She crossed over last month and she was 18. Nice long life. So she's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. Okay. Little Pip.
Chiweenie. I just like that.
I know.
Okay. Aiden, you're next, I promise.
Frida.
Sorry. Okay. So I do feel that Frida is visiting. I see her and she's sniffing along. I don't know if she did this while she was on this plane, but I see her sniffing for anything, like any treat that may have dropped, or someone might have dropped a little something on the ground. You know what I mean? I see her sniffing around for treats, but in spirit. You know what I mean? So she's still sniffing around, or she may be just showing me I'm still sniffing around. But I don't know if that's what but she is absolutely visiting. And but yeah, she's showing me that by sniffing around, like in the kitchen, like into the little places something may have dropped. Oh yes, very food motivated. Okay, so this is her. And she also is showing me like little pink bows on her or whatever. I don't. So that could just mean that she liked it when you dressed her up and made her look pretty like that. But yeah, she's very so cute, beautiful, I should say. She's yeah.
And she likes she enjoyed the child. Didn't really aggravate her or something, because a lot of times dogs don't just love children when they're real little or whatever. But this one feels like it was bonded with, your granddaughter.
Ruby might be the granddaughter.
Oh, they used to dress her up too. How very cute.
Oh, my daughter used to dress her up. Yes. Very, very pretty. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of like, like your little play pretty, like a little, she was cooperative with all that. None of that, the more you messed with her, the more she liked it, kind of a thing.
She says, yes, so true. Ruby is my granddaughter. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right. And that she liked Ruby. She says, Ruby talked to me. And they communicated with one another.
She was only 4 pounds, very dainty.
Yeah, a little pip and a little bow and stuff. She'd be so freaking cute. I couldn't stand it. So they did have a bond, pretty strong. Also, your daughter, she bonded with the whole family. But a lot of times, the little dogs like that don't talk too much about the younger members. Because they're little and sometimes that's overwhelming. But in this case, I feel like she got along pretty good.
Prima donna. Totally. That's exactly what she came in here like. Tony. Yeah, that's...
well, if you decide that the family is looking at getting a new dog to replace her, be open to the idea that it could be her. Don't leave that out of the equation. She's kind of looking around to see what you're going to do about her absence.
Yeah, Ruby bonded. It was hard to let her go. Yeah.
Right. And for her too, really. She loved that family. She loved being there. It's her family.
Oh yeah. She wants, and if they ever open their heart to another
dog,
eventually she wants to come back.
Yeah.
And as a dog, yeah.
And she loved the big island of Hawaii. Yes, she didn't want to go. Right. She's got her eyes kind of on Ruby. The granddaughter, and might be looking at the idea of coming back for her in a little bit when she gets older and looking for a dog again. I feel like when Ruby wants another dog, she's standing up, like, I'll go, I'll be it.
Yeah.
So don't leave that out of the equation if you decide, we're going to get another dog, particularly with Ruby in mind. Or if Ruby decides to get a dog. I don't know how old she is at this point.
We feel Frida is leaving Coral for Ruby. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, leaving pieces of coral. Yeah, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that all makes sense, and that lines up exactly with what I'm hearing. That it's, again, I just say this because, I do a lot of readings, and a lot of times, especially with a little dog as little and petite as her, they're not that wild about the kid and the family.
Right.
And the fact that she's like being just the opposite and keeps on talking about Ruby, there's a really nice connection there. And I feel like they're going to be together again.
Yeah. All right. Blessings to you, Tina. All right. So I do want to just, next we have Aiden and then Carol, and that's the last one for today. But I do want to answer Amy because it's just a quick answer. Amy's asking, and she's new today.
Okay.
With us. Amy Dawn, welcome. And so what happens is we star your questions as they come in and they get in order, in lineup. So next time when we're on, and we're on every Monday, and then Mark does these same readings by himself on Saturday. So you can always find us. So make sure to go on Mark's channel and subscribe and hit that bell. And she's asking, my cat passed last month and another kitten caught my eye 3 days ago. Is it too soon? It absolutely is not too soon. And I feel that cat is calling out to you. That kitten. Calling your name.
Yep.
So,
yep.
All right, Aiden. Hi, Aiden. I had 2 dogs, Barney and Fred, basset hounds, named after the Flintstones. Aww. They passed away a few years ago. Do they have any messages for my family and I? Barney and Fred.
So cute. And basset hounds.
Oh, my God.
Fred would be so cute. My sister had a basset hound. I love basset hounds.
Barney and Fred.
I was just watching a few minutes of a show. It's about rescue dogs or, abandoned dogs and stuff. But they do a dog show with rescue dogs. And then they all win prizes, like money prizes for the best rescue dog. And the one that won best ears was a basset hound. And he was so cute. Best ears. But I love that idea that they were promoting how great rescue animals can do,
Yeah.
It made my heart full.
I feel I'm trying to separate these 2 out because it's like one was a little more active than the other one was more like me. Couch potato. The other one was more like, hey, let's go outside, let's do this, let's do that, and the other one's like, no, I just want to lay on the couch. That would be me. A couch potato. But so I'm trying to figure out which one is which here. But I do feel one was more game about, getting active and doing things outside or, whatever. Just more active. Hey, let's go do this. And the other one was more couch potato-ish.
Yep.
So if that rings true, yes, totally true. Barney was more the active one. Okay, so that helps me. So Barney, and so Fred would be the one I'm looking at on the more.
Yes, and while you were talking, I got Barney was the instigator. Okay. So I was just waiting to say that. So then he come up and says that. So that's perfect. We're kind of getting who's who there.
Okay. Fred seems to be linking into your mom, like keeping an eye on your mom. Like always had her in his sights or something, or maybe that was part of, he was just here kind of, he just feels very protective of your mom or just kind of connected to her baby. Her baby is what I keep sensing with this. Fred. Did I say Barney? I mean Fred.
Yeah. That might have something a little bit to do with mom making food I kind of feel like Fred was pretty into food.
Okay, so looking at that food, so there's that.
A little bit more so than Barney, maybe, even though they both ate and everything. But Barney has this let's go do something kind of a thing. And Fred's like, meh.
Yeah, that's what I
almost dinner.
Are you bringing snacks on this walk? Because
pretty cute.
Yes, Fred was my mom and I's favorite. She made Fred food special. Okay. Yep, there's all that connection. Thank you, Aiden, for that.
Made Fred's food. Yeah, that was funny that he goes, the food, Mom. I love that when that comes up like that.
Do you have a sibling, Aiden? Do you have a sibling? Or is this you? Because I see, I know, I feel it's this. Do you have someone else in the house? Sibling? Anyways, I feel that Barney connected to another person in the house more. And it's funny because this person,
he has a brother.
Okay, yes, I saw it as a male. So this person, even though they're like, wouldn't even like necessarily show that they were totally into Barney, like that connection was there. And even though your brother may have just kind of like, oh my gosh, here you go, and throw the ball like 2 feet or whatever, and not really be in it, Barney was really into your brother, I feel like. So that connection there. And he'd give him his little loves and stuff like that every once in a while and laugh and stuff. But I feel like they're similar spirits, kind of like in their own worlds, kind of like it would make sense that they were connected somehow. Yeah.
And I kind of feel like Barney's been communicating with you, Aiden. You know, he kind of says, I speak for both of us. It's kind of like he's the speaker or something on behalf, because I speak on behalf. And he says, I'm able to communicate with you. And have you been hearing him already some? Because I feel like recently there's been a little bit more communication. And even to the point of you might think, well, I would think it would be Fred. But I feel like it's Barney. You feel like he's the one. I'm sorry, I'm all of a sudden sweating for no reason. He's the one
getting your hot flashes
that knows how. It feels like exactly like a hot flash. I just completely became like sweaty. He's the one that kind of gets into he acts like he's a little smarter, maybe on some level, and then he can figure out how to.
He says yes.
Okay.
He says yes to your answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, to your question.
Okay. So, yeah. So I think he wants to communicate with you. I know you're opening up to Tarot and spirit and all that. I mean, I just know this much about you just from, a second. But I don't know. I feel like he wants to do a little magic with you, like the two of you work together and bring one or both back. Definitely Barney is looking at the idea of coming back. Maybe he's just thinking about, I can lead it or I can instruct it, because he seems like he knows more about all that than Fred, maybe.
Fred was a very unsmart dog.
Oh, he's very unsmart.
Yeah.
I was trying to be so nice too.
I know.
Because Barney was going, I'm smarter.
Yeah.
And I was trying to make it like sound a little sweeter than that, than Barney's opinion. But Fred is lovable beyond.
Oh, beyond.
Yeah. Beyond all beyond. Like just the big old huggy bear.
Yeah.
Love bug. But not as actively, pursuing stuff. So of the two, when they crossed over, like Barney's like, I'm actively pursuing returning. It's that same kind of energy.
Yeah. Plus Fred. Aw.
Yep.
What great family members, Aiden. I love Fred and Barney.
Just I do too.
Precious. What a good balance,
Right. And such perfect names too, I think.
He was so lovable. He was so lovable. He used to lay on the couch during the day. That's what I'm saying. Couch potato, just like me.
Oh yeah, couch potato. There you go. Like when you started out with him.
Thank you, Aiden, for introducing us to them. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's our last one.
Okay.
Why is that happening? Okay. And that is Carol. And I'm sorry if we didn't get to your question today. Please come back next Monday. It's going to be on Mark's channel.
Yep.
And he is also on Saturdays. So.
Right.
Okay. All right, Carol, good morning. She's also one of my awesome members who keep my channel moving along and support and love. Good morning, Mark and Debbie. Bichon. Is that right?
Bichon, yeah, puppy.
7 months old.
7 months old.
Paisley, to live with my older Bichon, who's 9 years old, named Izzy. So we have Paisley and Izzy. Izzy's the older gal.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help her adjust? So she wants to know some of that. How can I help her adjust?
So Izzy's our 9-year-old and Paisley's the little bitty puppy.
Paisley.
Well, of course, put your request in to Izzy and let her know that you want Izzy to help with the puppy. It's like foster mama and help teach the puppy, because the puppy's going to have to learn some stuff, and, let Izzy know we need you to help us raise the puppy, because you don't really want jealousy and stuff like that. So and plus Izzy likes to have a job, I'm hearing. And that will help. And, always acknowledge Izzy for being such a good mommy. It's like a foster mommy. But raising the puppy and teaching the puppy, and just acknowledge her for that, because she's going to like it. The puppy right now is so young that it just wants love and attention, and nurturing. It's kind of got, what I always say, puppy brains, where it's just, I'm just trying to figure out how to be a dog. And there's a lot of stimulation and everything.
Izzy is very responsible.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes the puppy's too much for Izzy. That's right.
And I wanted to, before you say anything more, Carol, I do want to say that Izzy wants you to know that sometimes it looks harsher when she corresponds with Paisley. She says, "Don't worry. It will all equal out in the end. But it's important that she does. It may look a little harsh right now as she's training the dog." And she wanted you to know, because I feel like she feels like you think, oh, don't be nipping at, don't, like you might think it's a little bit over the top that she's doing. She says, don't worry. It needs to play out like this. It will calm down. That was the message she came in right away with, because I feel like you might feel that she's a little bit like too harsh. She says, I have to be like this right now, but it will calm down.
It's like you jumped in there because those words were on my lips.
Okay.
And you jumped in to say what was on my lips. That's so funny. You know, right in that moment. I mean, it was just like that message just came to both of our brains at the same time. And, you know, I love that. I really do like it when quite often you'll start, you know, saying stuff and it's exactly in my brain at the same time. So, you know,
Izzy does snap at him.
Confirmation.
Yeah.
And she's saying it's dog business and I have to be firm or she won't learn. And she's just being a good mommy. Sometimes it looks rougher than it is, but they have to, and it's dramatic. It's more dramatic.
So I guess Paisley's a boy.
Oh.
Yep. We keep saying a little boy because I thought it was a girl.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Paisley's a cute name though. So, you know, it can look dramatic, much more so than it actually is. They're not really hurting. You know, like a cat with a new kitten, you might see them go, pom, 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 but it's not really hurting them.
No.
It's just, you need to not do that. And so she's doing a little bit of that with the puppy. And the puppy.
It's like Goofy. Yeah. He's like Goofy. Yeah. But that's the main message coming through, Carol, right now. Izzy wanted you to know that when she snaps at him or does any of that, that all of this whole first initial, it will go and it'll calm down. She doesn't feel like she's being replaced. She loves this job. Actually, she feels like you and her are a team, and you have this new energy in the house that you're both working with and trying to. Yeah, she feels like a team with you.
Right.
And here you have this new baby in the house, and you're both working with this new baby.
That was a lot like what she was telling me at the very beginning. You know, like what I was saying, like, you know, just tell her this is our partner, you know, because she wants, and like I think I mentioned, she likes having a job. She likes doing it. So, yeah, she's all on board.
Yeah, very much so.
And the puppy's going to fall in love with her. It just needs a little bit more time because, again, puppy brains and goofball. But he already feels protected and nurtured there.
Yep.
You know, it's all going to work out fine.
Yep. Hugging you, Carol.
Yes, Carol. Thank you.
And sending Izzy a little more love and encouragement there too. Do little special things for Izzy on the side. Let her know what a good mama she's being.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They really like for you to acknowledge that, you know, and just say it like you would say to a person, even, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They get it. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, Carol.
All right. Well, it's been another beautiful Monday hanging out with all the fur family babies and the family, the rest of the family here. And of course, you, Mark.
Yes, thank you. I had a great time as always. And I love working with all you guys out there and all the animals too. All my little buddies. So
blessings to you as you move throughout your week with all your fur family. And thank you to the moderators and all those who donated and support this time that we're together. We both really appreciate that. So blessings to you as well. And we will see you all next time.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Yep. Thank you, Gina, for posting those things for us. Gina's always so helpful.
So
with the
so
channel.
Grateful.
Okay, guys, I love you all.
Love you guys.